Hey Cancer, I'm going to speak about you today. What is Cancer for me? What is this moon magic madness mother care that describes you? Let's take a look at it, my dear Cancer. Let's get on this journey between the earth and the sea with you. When I think about Cancer, what comes to my mind is mother, moon, madness, magic. That's what Cancer is all about. It's the most maternal sign of the zodiac, and I feel the most sentimental, the most sensitive sign of the zodiac. I have to tell you, dear Cancer, is that don't be surprised if I just start crying while describing the sign of Cancer, because it's such a sentimental sign. They are so full of sentiments, so much full of love. A Cancer is 1,000% in one, I feel. The Cancer keeps on renewing itself. They keep on renewing themselves according to the lunar cycles. Have you noticed, dear Cancer, or those of you who have Cancerian friends, whenever there is the full moon, your Cancerian friend is kind of full of energy. There is some kind of light in them at that time. They'll just maybe you are in an event, in a party with them, and it's a full moon, and your Cancerian friends are full of life. They are just laughing, they have this kind of very contagious laughter the Cancerians have. Notice that. And they will just laugh and they'll just crack jokes. And they are just moonlight. Yes, they are just moonlight at that time. And if you want to notice a real Cancerian, want to spot out a Cancerian, watch them under the moonlight. They are so one with the moon. This is all Cancerian. This is all what Cancerian is all about. The moon. The moon is the mother. The moon absorbs. The moon reflects. The moon provides security. Yes, the mother provides security. So the mother and the moon principle is that of the Cancerians. So they are extremely caring people. Is that they are so motherly. They are, even if it's a man, a male Cancer, he's so caring, so protective, so motherly. If he has children, you will notice how sweet he is with his children, so caring and so tender and protective this Cancerian man can be. When you speak with a Cancerian, these people display 1,000 emotions in a conversation. They can laugh, they can cry, they can show the pain, they can show the sorrow, they can give out their lunatic laugh, like children. Sometimes they laugh like children, yes, and they will just give out so many emotions during just a conversation. So you can make out that this is a Cancerian. Another feature about the Cancerian is about their physical appearance. Some of them are quite round, like the moon, and they have this round face, like the moon, and they are, like a bit plump also sometimes. They have this kind of chubbiness, this baby chubbiness on their faces. Try to notice that about the Cancer. And they have this very strange smile. Many times the Cancerians, the way they look at you is from below. They look at you like that because they are seeking all the time for the inner assurance. Because as they are growing up, basically inside of them they are locked, because the moon doesn't really shine until it is the night, right? So basically when they are growing up, you will notice that the Cancerians are very closed. They are quite self-doubting, sometimes to the level of having inferiority complex too. But actually, for me, it's not so regarding the Cancerians. They exhibit it, but actually they haven't realized their inner potential yet. And they start growing up, and indirectly they are, as they have this habit of absorbing and reflecting, when they catch from their surrounding, when they are meeting people, they are absorbing people and they are reflecting them. So somewhere a tug of war takes place inside of them in the growing up years, where they realize that many a times the Cancerians are really self-doubting. They doubt themselves a lot as to they feel I'm not that good, or I need to improve, or so many insecurities they have when they are growing up. So they don't realize the potential of emotions and the potential of achievement that they have inside of them. They just don't realize it at that time. And then what happens is that when the moon shines for them, that is when they have grown up, when they have outgrown this phase of self-doubting, they are like the full moon. In full glory they shine. They reflect this bright and silvery light on everyone, and you wonder, was this the same person I met few years ago? Because they have changed so much, and as if they have realized their potential, something happens in their life which pushes them to become the tough Cancerians. Actually, Cancerians are so tender inside. They are so, just like the crab. The Cancer is the crab. You see, the outwardly thing is so tough, right? But inside the crab, the Cancer is so soft and so gentle. Yes, so this is what, after, in the later part of life, they become tough outwardly. You feel, oh, this person seems to be a bit cold, tough. But actually, they are not that. They are the same old gentle souls inside that tough carapace, underneath this tough outwardly facade that they have. And what makes the Cancerian change? The happenings in life. Cancerians usually go through one traumatic event in their life. One life-changing event happens and everything changes for them. They become different. They become themselves. Somewhere it's a positive thing that happens. Many a times they weep. They weep because of those things that have happened to them. They feel misunderstood. Sometimes they feel misfits in the society. They feel that they don't have a place as such, because they feel we don't belong. Nobody is understanding us. They feel so misunderstood at times. They feel so timid and they feel so shy about opening up who they really are. But Cancerians, you need to know that you have so much of love to give. You have so much of this parental love, this maternal love that is inside of you, that no other sign has. This understanding that you have, this nurturing, this caring that you carry with you. You have to realize that this is your strength and this is not your weakness. That many a times you question, oh, this is my weakness, but no, this is your strength. This is your power. With this you can transform the lives of people. Do you know that? Another thing about the Cancerians is that if you were to notice them, it's like the way they walk also. They will just a bit, waddle. When they walk fast, you try to see them. They don't walk straight. They will just waddle a bit, just like the Cancer on the seashore, the crab on the seashore. They will never walk straight, and they will never approach anything straight in life. Always, just like the crab moves from, it doesn't walk straight. It will go like this and then like this, like zigzag, zigzag, and up. Got you. This is how the Cancerians are. In the matters of love too, they are the same. They cannot approach anyone directly. They will not be able to do that. They will try to, go round and round and round until they make the point. But dear Cancerian, you have to take care of that, because many a times you lose people because of that. Because you are so subtle in your ways, is that the person in front might not have the patience to understand that. But once a Cancerian catches hold of someone, is never going to leave that person. They okay, you're in my grip. No more moving now. I'm going to take care of you for a lifetime, unless really some bitter things happen between them. But usually a Cancerian in love is the most stable lover, I could say that. Or a Cancerian who is married to somebody will try his or her level best to retain that marriage until they are struck by some very negative experiences or harshness in the married life, that they can fall apart, and then things become completely like everything crashes around them. They are very gentle souls, so they need to be handled with lots of love and care, because they are giving care because they need this care in return. They give lots of security. They give lots of security because they need this security in return. And all the beauty about the Cancerian is all about nurturing. And because of that, they are really good homemakers. The Cancerian women, I would say they are the best homemakers. I mean, they are the best mothers too, but sometimes very, very overprotective also about their children. The Cancerian papa can be quite protective about their children. Yeah, almost taking care of everything, unless they have some ascendant of some fire signs. Yeah, but otherwise they are very gentle. They love to create. They love to bring this coziness, this harmony in living. So a Cancerian usually self-sacrifices a lot, too much of sacrifice. This sign has this, I don't know if we call it a karma, but then we call it karma of the Cancerian, is that in order to bring about harmony, stabilize things, they sacrifice a lot. They do a lot. They work tremendously to the point of a burnout, actually. They just keep giving. And after the Cancerian is completely tired. And the Cancerian turns very cranky and can be sarcastic and can be, doesn't feel good inside, because the energy has been given a bit too much. And because of that, what has happened is that, and the return hasn't, arrived. So somewhere this is very important for a Cancerian to be appreciated by people for what they do. And if they don't get that thank you back, they will keep on brooding over it. If somebody says something wrong to them, in front of them, they might just be a bit tongue-tied, or they won't understand why this person has said this to me. And when they return back home, maybe at night, they will keep on thinking over all those happenings of the day, and they will shed tears, and they will not understand why they were judged that way, and they will keep on thinking over it. They will keep on brooding over it for a very long time, unless somebody comes and says, okay, get over it, my dear. It's just their way, it's not you who is like that. So they really feel, and they will keep on asking, but am I like that? Why did the person say like that about me? What do you think? Am I like that? They need that constant reassurance, because at the same time they are maternal. at the same time they are like little children. Yes, their innocent childlike heart gets hurt very, very easily. And then what happens in the Cancerian life is one part of their life is very dedicated to the home. It's all about constructing a family, having children, having that stability, that harmony, that beauty of the family life, or of being in a relationship, that stable relationship. That's the dream. And the other part of them is the ambition. The ambition can take over them, and this ambition can be really can consume them, because to fill in some emptiness they will try to fill it up with a kind of this private dream that they want to achieve in life. And you would see many Cancerian lives, if you have noticed Cancerian people around you, friends, and and these people, what they do is they just kind of, their world turns around, and what happens is that they become those achievers. You would not feel, oh, it's a Cancerian, you would feel it's a Leo or it's a Scorpio, what's up, but actually something makes them turn around and makes them those achievers, and whatever they set their eyes on, they can achieve it. This is their power, the power of fragility and the power of achievement, quite contradictory inside of them. So many times there is this conflict happening inside the Cancerian heart. They know what they want, they give a lot of time to achieve the perfect harmony first in relationships, and then something happens and the switch is over to the ambitious life. They are very very good at finances, the Cancerians. You should see them, they really have a green hand with finances. And how is that? The Cancerians will always be very shrewd when it comes to their finances. They are the ones who need to have this security regarding their life. So you will see them speculating a lot. They like to save because they know that one point of life they are going to need all this, and so they will when they are going to need all this, and they need to have it at that time. So if you go in a Cancerian friend's house, you'll see maybe the cupboards are full of goodies, and they love to eat also. Lots of food is stocked, and with the bank also, they can be a bit tight-fisted sometimes. They don't want to spend okay, I'm going to spend and forget it, not like that. They're not spendthrifts. They can be very very wise regarding finances, and it scares them when they don't have enough money. It can actually scare them. What happens is that if they don't have enough money, it scares them. And if a Cancerian tells you they don't have money, you have to believe that they don't really have money. They won't lie about their financial situation. It's the truth. That's it. And so when they are in this situation, they get overwhelmed, they can be depressed, they can just cry at the situation. Things are not working fine. They become very insecure, because material security is extremely important to them, because it gives them security for life. This is what they feel. And of course the emotional security too. And with Cancerians, we have to all the time, it's like they need the reassurance that they are appreciated, that they are doing a good job, until one point comes and where they feel, I'm not going to ask anyone anything. Now I know what I am, and enough of taking reassurances from people, and they start believing in themselves, and that is the turning point of their life, and that is the magical moment of their life when they recognize their potential, and their life is all about coming to that magic turning That's why they are born under that sign, because their soul has to evolve to realize that they are the best inside of them. And have you noticed the Cancerian who can start weeping like that? You're watching a movie with the Cancerian, and there is just a scene and the Cancerian starts crying. You know, they are so tender in their hearts that they can cry very easily, and they just start crying. And mind you, Cancerian tears are never crocodile tears. They mean it. They are really genuine. It flows out of their heart. They will never cry as a, you know, just to gain sympathy or, you know, something like that. They are very deep and they mean it. So it's never a superficial thing with Cancerians. Whatever they will do, they will try to put their heart into it. They will try to put their heart into it. And if they are not accepted or appreciated for that, at one point of time in life, they can turn to a bit of a manipulative nature. Just because it's not their fault, it is the fault of others who have not recognized their worth. And because of that, they can become a bit, you know, it's not their nature, but it's really against the nature to turn manipulative. They can turn into that, because many a times the Cancerian is just inside is that seeking for love, seeking for understanding. And in order to fit into all that, the Cancerian tries to adapt into this manipulative world. That is the truth about them, actually. And then about Cancerian, something else also I have noticed is that regarding their illnesses, their sicknesses, what makes them feel sick? What makes them unwell? It is just worrying and apprehension. When the Cancerians worry a lot, they fall sick. I mean, I think ulcers might be discovered by Cancerians, because so much they worry that they just, you know, stock it in their stomachs and intestine. Cancerian fragile parts are their chest, or for the women it's the breast part, the bladder, the kidney, the intestine, the stomach, and the skin too, because it all shows up on their skin. You know, the skin can just start getting some kind of eczema, or, you know, this kind of rashes or things can start appearing all of a sudden, and you wonder what's happening, but actually it's nothing happening. It's just that the inlying worry inside, or the overwork that they have done, and they are worried about the results of that. Even burnouts, Cancerians can suffer burnouts extremely easily. This is something that Cancerians have to really take care. Don't overgive to your Cancerians, because you give a lot. I mean, give in the proper measure, please, because you are too generous. You are too passionate about giving, right? And then what happens is that at the end of the day, no energy. At the end of the day, you face a burnout or a nervous breakdown too. Yes, so Cancerians have to really take care of that. And when the moon tides are changing, when the waxing and the waning of the moon is taking place, at that time, these moods of the Cancerians are also undergoing the waxing and the waning inside of them. Just like the moon changes and the mood changes so much. This is the one sign that is so much controlled by the moon. Notice it for yourself, dear Cancerians, if you haven't. You will see your energies change a lot with the moon. A lot with the moon. So you have to make the most of it. Sometimes you can be extremely hyper excited during full moons, especially. Many other signs are too, but especially Cancerians. So much they can get hyper excited, and those energy bursts take place inside of them. So they really have to take care of that when they are approaching the full moon. And for Cancerians, the sea is the best solution again. the water, the sea, mother. Did you notice, dear Cancer, either you are too close to your mother or you have a problem with your mother? These are two things I've noticed about Cancerians. I have got so many Cancerian, very dear to heart people in my life, and I've always noticed that they have this special bond with their mother. The moon, the mother. This is what I said about the Cancerians, is that either they are really mama's children, completely attached to mama dear, or they have a grudge against the mother regarding something. Cancerians also have something in them, is that they might forget the lessons of history of mankind, but they will never ever forget the lessons that life has taught them. Their minds are almost like cameras who will absorb and the mirror reflects. So whatever in life they see, they gather it all in their minds, they absorb it all, and then they reflect it outside. And we don't understand them as to what are they up to, but it is seldom that we see that the Cancerians also speak about themselves. You won't see a Cancerian all the time speaking about themselves. They tend to avoid opening up. They are very private inside. They will tell you a few things, but not everything. You will not know anything about them. They tend to keep it all inside of them, and they will not speak about their life in general with you, but they will be curious about yours. They will be great listeners to your problems and all. And if you have Cancerian friends, you're very, very lucky, because they will baby you so much. You will feel as if, oh, I'm with my mama or I'm with my papa. They will really baby you. They will take care of you. They'll protect you. At times, if you're an independent zodiac sign, you will get bugged up. You'll say, oh, please stop it. Not a baby, but they'll make you feel like a baby. This is the magic of being with a Cancerian. They really are so caring and so loving. Another thing about Cancerians that I have noticed is they like to dig in things. There is an internal archaeologist inside of them who will dig inside to kind of get the facts out. What are the facts? The Cancerian really love to dig into things to get the facts. They are really hungry for the facts. So there is nothing that a Cancerian cannot unveil. They can really expose the secrets directly, because they can really probe into something deeply, and they can, just expose it. This is how a Cancerian can be many a times. They dig into the facts. So they are basically the internal kind of archaeologists that we see. And I also see is that the Cancerian basically will always and always strive to get something on their own, right? I mean, they are doing for everyone, but at the same time they don't like to be dependent, not over dependent on somebody to provide to them that financial security. They will do everything possible. They will work hard. They are very good at networking too. So they'll just do lots of networking, have lots and lots of people around them, and they will really make their way in order to reach where they want to. This is why I said the way they waddle when they walk, and this is the way they approach, and they get to their goal before anybody gets there. They get there. Yeah, even if they feel at times, I would like to tell the Cancerians, even if you feel at times that whatever you are doing is not working out, take heart, please, because you have that power to reach, and you know the ways to reach there. It's just that you have to tap that inner potential. You just have to realize what you have inside of you, and you have to express yourself. This is where the whole challenge of a Cancerian in life life is about expressing themselves. They can express themselves so beautifully through drama, through acting, through arts, singing, cooking. They are the best cooks. They can be the best cooks. I tell you, the Cancerians, they're full of this magic of creativity, and as they love food, they can really cook so well too. Even if you have an ascendant or the moon sign in Cancer, you will see that you have this flair of cooking also. They can really do that. And photography also, and writing. They are skilled people, but the only one thing about them that holds them back is themselves. Nobody holds them back. It's just them, inside of them, the self-doubt, the insecurity, the fear of being judged. So once you surpass that, well, you are the achievers, the conquerors. Nobody can stop you. You can achieve whatever you want in life, dear Cancer, with this. And there is this touch of the moon madness in all the Cancerians. It's like, when the moon comes, there is a kind of this moon madness that takes place, and it's very sweet to see that. Like all of a sudden their faces, like they glow like the full moonlight. You should try to see them. And that's something very beautiful about the Cancerians that I have noticed actually. Every Cancerian has a private dream, has this dream that the Cancerian has never shared with anyone. And as the Cancer lives both in the water and on the earth, so the Cancerian is a two-worldly person. In the emotions, is in the water, getting to the practical financial things, making, constructing things, achieving things. He comes to the earth. So they are all the time like oscillating between these two worlds. So when you find a Cancerian who is very moody, who is weeping and all, you have to know that at this moment of time, the Cancerian is in the water, is in the sea. And when you see the Cancerian achieving, planning, going in the meetings, doing business speeches, being extremely good at calculations and finances and taking good care of everything, you have to know that your dear Cancer is on the earth. Isn't it so beautiful, dear Cancerians? You're blessed that you can live in the water and you can live on the earth. So there is this practical side to your nature, and there is this emotional side to your nature, dear Cancerians. And now and then you weep, and now and then you laugh. Yes, dear Cancerian. And I see the Cancerian on the shore, under the full moonlight, collecting those pearls that nobody has gathered yet on the seashores. He's collecting those emeralds, those pearls, the beauty of the sea that has just been wiped on the shores, under that beautiful full moonlight, the silvery moonlight, listening to the waves of the sea and looking at all those beautiful treasures on the shore. The Cancerian heart collects each and every one and collects it and gathers it into his heart and carries it home, never to forget, and waiting for this dream, this private dream inside, to be fulfilled.